So what is the best boat for somebody that has no experience and is on a budget? We'll see it in this video. Well, that is the question I've been asking myself for a while now, at least since I restarted this interest on sailing. And what I came up to is that the perfect boat is the one that you can afford now, because dreams are dreams and dreams are now. If you continue delaying because you don't find the perfect boat, you don't have the perfect budget, you will never make that dream come true. So the best is what you can do now. Step on and go sailing right away. Today I will walk you through my idea of the boat that I want to buy now. That is gonna be my first step, the one that will teach me how to manage a sailboat, how to live aboard, and that will allow me my first escapes and 1 or 2 days out with the family to have fun. I don't have a sailboat yet, but I will soon.
So he sails into the rising sun, leaving behind what he's become. Freedom at sea, where the world feels wide. A captain of dreams with the moon as his guide. Bought a boat with a weathered frame. Paint was peeling, but she called his name.
First things first is considering the extremely low budget that I'm accepting to put on a boat right now, because it's a new experience. I might even get on the boat, sail for 3 days and understand that it's not for me. I don't believe so, but I've seen other people extremely convinced on their decision and then just turn back after 10 days. So it wouldn't be surprising. Considering the budget and the actual situation, I am looking for a fairly old boat. It's not just a budget thing, it's also older boats from the 70s and the 80s were the first sailboats done with fiberglass. Fiberglass was a fairly new material, and even the boatyards, they were not sure how strong it was, so they overbuilt them. Boats from the 70s and the 80s are way stronger than the new ones. Obviously, they're more forgiving, so considering my lack of experience, I absolutely need a boat that is able to withstand this eventuality without just destroying the whole boat. I basically tend to divide the cruising sailboats in 3 different sections. Let's put it this way, make them easy. The small boats between in average 25 to 30 feet. The mid-size between 30 and 40, and the big ones 40 plus, from 40 up to whatever you want before they become pure shit. So the first category is the smaller boats, 25 to 30, 33 maximum feet. I consider those the best for beginners. They're lighter, the rigging is lighter. It's easier to hoist the sails, to reef them, to take them down. Everything becomes easier, faster. Sometimes you don't even need a winch to pull up the mainsail because they are lighter, so you can react faster if you were not able, your skills didn't allow you to preview something that was happening. So it's easier to just take them down and pull them up. And that is something that I consider very important when you're a beginner. They're more forgiving on your ability and your skills, but they still allow you to learn the basics. They're big enough to allow you to stay out for a few days, and the rigging, the deck rigging and the equipment is exactly the same as the bigger ones, so you start learning that muscle memory that will allow you to be safely on a bigger boat. The second category is the mid-size. This is what I consider the sweet spot, especially for a solo sailor. Big enough to be comfortable at sea for a long period of time, fast and safe. They're also able to, like in my case, to occasionally host my whole family, my wife, my son, and eventually my dog, for a weekend or even longer cruises. That is what I consider the sweet spot. The rigging is still easily manageable by one person. If you work well, you can have almost everything back in the cockpit. and that is the safest way, especially in foul weather. And that is the reason why I consider these kind of boats the best for my specific long-term goal. In this size as well, like in the other one, if you're accepting to buy an older boat, you can find pretty good deals and seaworthy boats able to bring you wherever you want in the world to cross an ocean safely with budgets between $15,000 and $30,000. You always will need some reserve because any older boat that you buy will have something to be fixed and some upgrades they will need. But we're still talking about thousands and not tens or hundreds of $1,000 as you will do with a newer boat. So this is what I consider the sweet spot. Finally, the bigger boats, 40 feet and over. Especially for a solo sailor like me, I consider these kind of boats an overkill. You can manage a 40-footer. I mean, there are people that are racing ocean crossing regattas with IMOCA 60s alone, but we are talking a whole different level. That is like comparing your family car with a Formula One. It's a completely different world. So you can make it on over 40 solo. Probably you will need to spend a lot of money on a newer boat and have everything modified for you to be able to manage everything from the cockpit, or at least everything that is necessary in rough conditions. That is the moment that you don't want to leave the cockpit because it's the moment that accidents happen. So the 40-footer, in my personal opinion, they are too big for a solo sailor. They're beautiful, they're wealthy in room, so you can have 10 people coming with you, but that is not what I'm looking for. That is the reason why I don't consider going over 40 feet in any case. Don't get me wrong, I would love a beautiful, elegant, $1 million sailboat with a deck saloon and enough room to build an office under and work from there, to build a repair shop on it, so whatever I need I can just go on and have a specific place to do everything. But I mean, even if I would ever win the lottery, I don't think I would buy that kind of boat, because I consider to be a waste of money, of resources, and it wouldn't give me anything more that probably I can find on a smaller, older boat for what my actual situation and my necessities are. So if you're curious about my journey from zero to hands-on sailing, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. First things first is the hull. I want a boat with a sturdy hull. It needs to be in close to perfect conditions with no damages. A boat that I have no doubts will not sink. I mean, that is obviously what everybody looks for, but there are some boats that are more troubled than others. So I'm looking for a boat that where the hull is in good condition and that I don't need to make repairs on the outer shell. Number two, I'm looking for a boat for possibly the simplest rigging. A roller fuller would be nice, especially if I will in the future meet foul weather, because being able to roll in the jib from the cockpit is way safer, especially for a solo sailor, than going on the bow to pull it down when waves hit from every side. If it's possible, otherwise I'm gonna manage and I'm just gonna learn the old saying that when you think you should do something, you're already late. The moment I start having the doubt that I might take the jib down, I would just go straight over there, take it down, and whatever it is, it's down, and I don't need to go there again. That is actually what it is. What I will eventually do is do everything possible to bring most of the lines back to the cockpit, because it's faster, it's easier, and it's safer to have been able to manage everything from the cockpit. Third and last prerequisite is actually a nice and spacious living space, the cabin, the underdeck. That is something that I need to be big enough, not just for me, but for the occasional cruises with my family, with my wife and my son. I need an aft cabin with a berth where we can sleep together, me and my wife, and a salon berth for my son. The salon berth, it will also be where I will sleep especially during the passages, when you really need to, every 20 minutes, the longest, just wake up, go outside and check for safety during night shifts. So the deck salon berth is also something that is mandatory. I mean, I'm Italian, you know that I will not be able to survive days or weeks, even less months, on canned food and fast food meals. So I will need a place to cook a little bit. A little galley, it's something that I absolutely need, with a little burner and something. Then I will need a bathroom, or a head, as you call it on boats. That is something that I may live without, just with a porta potty, but try to ask my wife. She wouldn't even step on the boat if there's not a bathroom where she can just close herself in, sit down, and have her time. That's even worse, because probably I will need to set on electric one, because she has a lot of problems with the idea of pumping her own stuff outside. That's what it is. Even though I don't own a boat yet, all I said in this video is not dreaming, is a calculated matter, is something that I've been thinking about, is information I gathered and I analyzed and evaluated. So this is something that gives me a specific target, an objective that allows me to understand and justify what I'm saving for, what I'm spending hours studying for. And this is where the dreams moves and transforms into a plan. And this is actually what this video is about, is making a dream become a plan. When the day will come that I will step in my first sailboat deck, I will know that at least the choices are made are well based on facts and not just on the daydreaming, and I will be confident in the fact that I've done the right choice. So now that we are at the end, I can probably say that I lied to you at the beginning. This is not a video on my dream sailboat, but is a video about the sailboat I dream. The difference being that I don't look at the sailboats dreaming without considering the reality, but this is the boat that will allow me to make the dream come true. And there's, in my personal consideration, there is a big difference between having a dream boat and having the boat that you dream about. And I think it's very important that you will be able to understand that the boat of your dreams is the one that will allow you to make your dream come true. Your dream is not owning the boat. The dream is what the boat allows you to achieve. But now I stopped talking about myself, and it's up to you. Tell me, what is your dream sailboat, or better, the boat you dream about. Tell me what kind of boat you would love to have as your first boat, the boat you see yourself on in the long term. Just write it down in the comments, and I'll try to answer to everybody, and let's see what comes out. There might be something that I haven't considered, and I'm still in time to change my mind and go on and check for something different from what I consider right now. I'm all open to suggestion and critics, so just put down whatever you have, and I like brainstorming and understanding other people's views, and made up my mind on considering also those options. So write it down. While we are at the end of the video, if you didn't do it yet, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell buttons under here, so you will not miss anything else coming from my new adventure. Thank you for watching this video, and see you on the water somewhere.